It's Fairy Garden Thursday, hosted by the one and only Fairy Garden Queen, Grandma Sandy. Go check her out. She posts a fairy garden every single week on Thursdays. I was just out puttering in my garden and I noticed my wheelbarrow is full of water. Honestly, don't even remember where the water came from because it hasn't rained super recently, but regardless, I was inspired. There is this lovely piece of wood in the wheelbarrow and I got a very interesting idea. I thought, let's make a real water garden. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. This is not a permanent garden. This is for display purposes only. I have no water pumps. I have no fountains. I'm literally going with what you see. Right here in my wheelbarrow, we are going to turn this into some kind of DIY miniature garden. Water garden, that is. And let's see what we come up with. This might be a total failure or it might be super cute. Here are some of the pieces that I may or may not incorporate into this wheelbarrow water garden. I just picked a couple of fig leaves from my fig trees and I was thinking they could possibly be lily pads in this garden. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but let's see. I also picked a few sedum leaves from my autumn joy sedum and I thought they could be the same, sort of just lily pads floating around in the water garden. We're going to try to incorporate some frogs into this garden. Oh, he's too heavy. This guy is too heavy for the sedum leaf. He might be able to go on the fig leaf. No, he's just too heavy. A few little fish we can put into the water garden. We're gonna see if we can incorporate this little faux tree into this water garden. Don't know how that's gonna go. Actually, I think I might like that. It's kind of cool. A snail. I'm gonna see if I can balance it on this little wooden piece here. Got a swan. Add that to the mix. I like the swan actually. Our little tiny ducks, they just sink. That is so sad. Let's try a duck in here. Don't think I like this side. The camera just turned off, but I moved the fish into deeper water. They seem to be more suited to this section of the wheelbarrow, and I moved this little tree into a little more shallow water. We moved the stump over a little bit because it seems more suited to this section of the wheelbarrow. And now I'm going to go and add a few faux plants to this display. Love the effect that these faux plants are having on this little water garden. I think it is really bringing it together. These remind me of my air plants in my house, but these are actually faux. I really want to add this little snail to my water garden, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. I already tried a few times, but we're going to try once more to see if I can add the snail to the garden. Oh, that might actually work. Here's a look at what I came up with for my wheelbarrow miniature water garden. We've got that original little log that I showed you in the beginning. These are faux succulents that we've incorporated in as water plants. There is a snail just chilling out between the plants and the log. We've got some frogs taking a rest on some fig leaf lily pads. And we've got a small school of fish in the corner taking refuge under the fig leaf lily pad. And there is a sacred tree in the midst of this water garden. So here's a little look at this water garden. I'm super pleased with how it turned out. I won't be able to keep this for very long because we do have quite a bit of mosquito action in this area of our neighborhood, so it won't last long, but it is super cute. Just took apart the fairy garden I just created, and we are going to make one more wheelbarrow inspired water garden. I decided I was inspired by my last wheelbarrow water garden to cut some pieces of my pothos houseplant, and we are going to use that in this little water garden that we are creating. So let's see what we come up with this time. And here is our finished second wheelbarrow inspired water garden. We are using most of the same pieces in this display as we used in the first display. It is just arranged a little differently. We added some pothos from one of my houseplants, just a cutting, and replaced the snail with a frog who is just chilling out, getting his suntan on. And that was the big difference. Moved the faux plants around a little bit. Now the fish are hiding under these water succulents. And the two frogs are hanging out together on one fig lily pad. Fig leaf lily pad. Thank you for watching my little wheelbarrow water garden experiment. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. And I hope this sparks a little creativity in your world with whatever that may be. That may be a garden experiment. It could be a cooking experiment. Maybe an experimental painting, doing something totally different that you've never done before. Let your imagination run wild. I hope you have a lovely day, evening, night, wherever you are, and we will see you soon in a different area of the garden. Bye for now.